Yeah, just really excited to start off this week, heading into conference play. This is what we work for. No one needs a pregame speech for this week. We're excited. We believe in what the coaches are going to have prepared for us. We know that we have the hardest working staff in the entire country, so we're excited to go out to practice tomorrow and go out and get this first conference win.
Mike, I asked Todd the same thing, but how are you feeling about the state of the offense overall heading into Pac-12 play?
I think we feel great. I think every week we've progressively gotten better and better and better. Just fixing little corrections, letting playmakers, show up progressively. And I think the biggest thing is that it's exciting to turn on the film and know that we have the capabilities of making big plays. And it's going to be more exciting as the weeks go on to see how we develop. And I think offensive line has been doing a great job. Obviously, DeMario has been outstanding. And receivers they're just going to continue to get open and make plays.
Hey, Mike, given the fact that you guys have beaten USC now 2 years in a row and both in pretty dramatic fashions, has it felt like in these past 2 years and then heading into this year that the rivalry has a little bit more oomph to it?
I don't think there's any more oomph to a SC rivalry than when you sign up to be a Sun Devil. I think for anybody, especially the Southern California kids that commit to ASU, you know that game's automatically circled on your schedule. But it's exciting. I think we've done well against the Trojans in the past, but that doesn't matter because it's a completely different year. We're opening conference play against arguably one of the best teams in the country, and we're excited about that. And we're going to be self-motivated, not motivated by beating them. We're just going to be motivated by doing what we got to do for this team to win the football game Saturday night.
Mike, how have you seen Tim White progress the first 2 weeks of the season? Obviously, he was limited.
Who's that?
Tim White.
Oh.
He made a big play against Cal Poly. Had some plays against New Mexico. So how have you seen him progress so far this season?
Tim's been doing great. I think he's a very high character guy. I think if you have a conversation with him, you immediately know that this kid is in it for the right reasons. He understands what it means to be a team player, and the big plays that he's made have just come from within the offense, and he'll be the first to tell you that. He obviously has some pretty electric speed, but most importantly, he's a very smart, dynamic football player, and that's what enables him to make those big plays Saturday night.
Mike, speaking of Tim, he arrived late over the summer. Did you know anything about him when he arrived, and just how did things unfold there just from working out with him over the summer? Yeah,
well, I helped recruit him. Brady White had a previous relationship with him, so Brady was speaking extremely highly of him because they were high school teammates together. But like I said, from the second I met him, I knew that this kid, just from a simple conversation with him, you understand that he understands offense, he understands football. He has very high football IQ, and that's what's exciting about when he does get on the field. He plays with his eyes. For someone who's young out there and still being new to college football, he is very comfortable being out there, underneath the lights, which is exciting for this football team.
Mike, I know you're not going to make excuses for injuries, but would it be fair to say that the progression of the offense maybe hasn't been as rapid as you'd expect it to be, just because players like Devin Lucien, DJ Foster, Gump Hayes have been in and out of the lineup banged up?
I mean, you could say that obviously being the quarterback, I can always help this football team, this offensive get going faster, and in every case, whether it be third downs, first downs, red zone. But it is going to be exciting when we start to get healthy and have all of our weapons back, because like we've seen since spring football, it's pretty exciting when we can get all these dynamic players out there. But I think what we got to do is focus on ourselves and the competition is going to get greater and greater as the weeks go on, and that's when our true players, our true veterans are going to rise to the occasion. That's what's exciting.
When you ran the early part of the second half, quite a bit was made out of how that helped to open things up. How do you just feel about using your running ability?
Yeah, well, that's the offense. That's something that since the second Coach Graham's got here, he's kind of explained that to the quarterback position of how being able to utilize your legs will help this offense in all facets. So that's something that if they wanted to give that to us, obviously as a quarterback, you just take advantage of that, and big plays happen from a quarterback using their legs. So it's just exciting to know that this offense did get rolling there in the second half, and whatever the defense is going to give us, we're going to take, and that's how this offense is predicated, and that's how you really start to demoralize the defense.
Would you say that you used that ability as much or that possibility as much in the first 2 weeks, or was it something maybe you had to grow into a little more in that last game? Or?
I think it's more. It was specifically Saturday night. I think something that, if they don't account for the quarterback, you just got to make him hurt, and that's something that we did. But going in week to week, we have an identity. We don't change up every single week of how it works. But if the opportunity calls for using your legs, that's what we do. So it's going to be fun to see how the weeks progress and how the game plans come together.
Mike, can you talk about USC's coverage approach?
It's simple as this. I mean, I grew up watching USC football, and they have athletes out there. They've got some good safeties. They've got some good corners. They've got a outstanding outside linebacker, and they've got a solid defense. And it's something that, as long as we study and prepare and focus on ourselves, and we do what we got to do, we feel that we can run our offense, and that's what's going to be fun. And obviously, you're playing such a great opponent that we've played. This is going to be my 5th year playing them, and it's just what you're up against when you're playing USC. So we'll be ready.